Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shirare. Jai Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai. Shri Palat Lakshmi Singhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, bis der Vers reingerollt kommt. Yeah, take your time, don't worry. In der Zwischenzeit, in the meantime, we can figure out how we speak. Should we speak German or English or Polish? No. No, we can speak German or English. Wer versteht kein Englisch außer Kishori Kund und Purusha Simha? Who doesn't understand German? Zwei gegen zwei. Haben wir denn jemanden, der übersetzen? Huh? You understand German, ne? Du verstehst Deutsch. Verstehen Sie Deutsch? Sehr gut. So, haben wir denn jemanden, der in irgendeine Richtung übersetzen könnte, wollte, bereit wäre? Wo es Subhalji ist in der... Wo sind denn die ganzen Brahmacharis? Wo sind die ganzen... Hä? Echt Takuchi und Subhal? Nein, Kühe ist Dings ist beim Kühen. Ja, okay. Aha, das Gopi Gita. We're looking for somebody translating in one way or another way. Huh? Von Englisch ins Deutsch? Okay, thank you, Dean. Du bist der Held des Tages schon mal. Du hast ja schon mal den Tagesheld-Bonus gesichert für heute. Give a round of applause for Dr. Dean. Horrible. And give a round of applause for Dr. Prine, rolling on the verse.
First they need to try to see if they can read.
Huh?
First they need to try if they can see can they read.
We have a delay in the lecture. I said to Charu, I wait for the day when the lecture, the internet is before the speaker is speaking it. Then we know we are break out of the matrix. Okay, then left this. Okay. So we reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Hey Taguchi, ich denke, du bist bei den Kühen. Morgen. Und wo ist dein Herr und Meister Subal Gopal? Oh, Subal ist da. Okay. Dann haben wir alle Pärchen hier, oder? Okay, dann we reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, text, chapter 9, text 16? Not sure, yeah, can be. It's a little bit confusing because I thought 17, but actually then yesterday it was I don't know, it was because of Ramkada or whatever. Okay. Yasmin viruda katayo hi anishampatanti. Yasmin varuda katayo hi anishampatanti. Vitya dayo vivita shaktaya anupurvyat. Vitya dayo vivita shaktaya anupurvyat. Tat prama vishva bhavan ekam anantam adyam. Tat prama vishva bhavan ekam ananta adyam. Anandamatram avikaram aham prapadye. Anandamatram avikarma aham prapadye. Yasmin viruda gatayo hi anishampatanti. Vitya dayo vivida shaktayas anupurvyat. Tat prama vishva bhavan ekam anantam adyam. Anandamatram avikarma aham papadye. Somebody want to chant?
Yasmin
Yasmin viruddha katayo hi anisham patanti. Vityadayo vivita shaktaya anupurvyat. Tat brahma vishva bhavan ekam anantam adyam. Anandamatram avikaram aham papatye. Vivita shaktaya anupurvyat. Anandamatram avikaram aham papadye. Some lady maybe want to try? Amir Mataji, want to sit down? Okay, word by word. Yasmin, in whom? Viruddha Gataya, of opposite character. High. No, he. Certainly. Anisham, always. Patanti, are manifest. Are manifest. Are manifest. Yeah, not anime. Are manifest. Vidya adaya, knowledge and ignorance, etc. etc. Vivita, various. Shaktaya, energies. Anupurvyat, continually. Tat, that. Brahma, Brahman. Vishva Bhavan, the cause of material creation. Ekam, one. Anantam, unlimited. Adyam, original. Anandamatram, simply blissful. Avikaram, changeless. Aham, I. Prapadye, offer my obeisances. So before we read the translation and the purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, we want to bring in our mind again who speaking. Dhruva speaks to whom? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, yeah. So he offers prayers, and what make him offer prayers? He touched him with his conch shell, yes. So this is it's sometimes it's said that the conch shell is like a weapon of the Lord, and weapon what you think this weapon can destroy. Why is it a weapon? Meaning? Yes, destroys ignorance, and it bestows knowledge. It destroys the unknown. So here we have a translation where Dhruva speaks according to that. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energies are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita it is said that the unlimited impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of the transcendental body of Govinda. In that unlimited effulgence, aura of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are innumerable universes with innumerable planets of different categories. Although the Supreme Person is the original cause of all causes, his impersonal effulgence, known as Brahman, is the immediate cause of the material manifestation. Dhruva Maharaj therefore offered his respectful obeisances unto the impersonal feature of the Lord. One who realizes this impersonal feature can enjoy the unchangeable Brahmananda, described here as spiritual bliss. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes that this impersonal feature or Brahman manifestation of the Supreme Lord is meant for persons who are essentially very advanced but still not able to understand the personal features or variegatedness of the spiritual world. Such devotees are known as Gyan Mishra Bhaktas, or devotees whose devotional service is mixed with empiric knowledge. Because the impersonal Brahman realization is a partial understanding of the absolute truth. Dhruva Maharaj offers his respectful obeisances. It is said that this impersonal Brahman is the distant realization of the absolute truth. Although apparently Brahman seems to be devoid of energy, factually it has different energies working under the headings of the knowledge and ignorance. On account of these different energies, there is continually a manifestation of vidya and avidya. Vidya and avidya are very nicely described in Ishopanishad. It is said there that sometimes, due to avidya or poor fount of knowledge, one accepts the absolute truth as ultimately impersonal. But in fact, the impersonal and personal realizations develop in proportion to the development of devotional service. The more we develop our devotional service, the more closely we approach the absolute truth, which in the beginning, when we realize the absolute truth from a distant place, is manifest as impersonal. People in general who are under the influence of avidya shakti or maya have neither knowledge nor devotion. But when a person who is a little advanced in and is therefore called a jnani advances even more, he is in the category of Gyan Mishra Bhakta, or first we hear a noise, we think that's some impersonal static noise, and then the noise comes closer and we hear voices and we think there must be some personal features in this noise. And when these voices maybe come in, we see the personal effulgence of the origin of these voices. Okay. When he is still further advanced, he can realize that the absolute truth is a person with multi-energies. An advanced devotee can understand the Lord and his creative energy. As soon as one accepts the creative energy of the absolute truth, the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are also understood. Devotees who are still further advanced in full knowledge can understand the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Only on that platform can one fully enjoy transcendental bliss. An example is given in this connection by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur of a person proceeding toward a destination. There we have it. Our persons. So now listen to this. This is a nice analogy given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So a person proceeding toward a destination, right? So you go toward a place. As he approaches, he sees the destination from a distant place, just as we see a city from a distance. At that time, he simply understands that the city is situated at a distance. When however, he comes still nearer, he sees the domes and flags. But as soon as he enters the city, he sees various paths, gardens, lakes, and marketplaces with shops and persons buying. He sees varieties of cinema houses, and he sees dancing and jubilation. When a person actually enters the city and personally sees the activities of the city, he becomes satisfied. Om Agnanati Mandasya Kinanan Chanashalakya Chakshu Unmidam Yena Tasmai Shikadave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakata Mayam Dadati Swaparantikam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, let's read this verse again. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always 2 opposing elements. Who remember these opposing elements? Okay, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energies are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undeviated, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So we very happy to listen again to the sound vibration of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and we pray that the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam please bestow his causeless mercy in form of vidya, in form of knowledge upon us in our mind, and in this way destroy the ignorance in our heart. And we pray that we may become an instrument of that causeless mercy, that we become like a torch, like a shining lamp in the darkness, that we can illuminate, first of all, ourselves, and also becoming ambassadors of knowledge, of spiritual, transcendental knowledge to the world. So, what this analogy, what was given in the end, I thought we start with that, because this describes the best what this verse want to tell us. So what is the main topic here in this verse at all? What is the main the red line in this verse, and also Srila Prabhupada in his purport? Huh? He speaks about it, but that's not the red lining in the verse. What is what Dhruva addresses the impersonal Brahman? Yeah. So the impersonal Brahman is something what is very much kind of bewildering us, because many people nowadays they kind of follow the concept or have the understanding that if there is a higher source, some higher power in the world, that must be something what is some kind of energy, some light, some goodness. And the understanding or the concept of, let's say, what comes through us through the Christian world, where most of us here, maybe not the Indian, but we coming from, is like that this higher energy is a person, a very old person, because he's the first person, right? And he is always kind of frustrated because nobody listens to him. He's a little bit angry and grumpy, and therefore he gives all this punishment. He's punishing, right? So, and of course that's not at all very attractive when you think of an old grumpy person sitting there asking for your service. It reminds me of you having some old grumpy grandfather. Why he's grumpy? Because he doesn't have any knowledge, and he's frustrated because nobody's listening to him. And he's approaching you to come to his Altersheim, how you say, old people retirement home, and do some service. Just visit him, right? And you know, if I go there, you know, he will only complain. Somebody had Jai Shishi Palat Lakshmi Shingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Somebody had such an experience of an old person you had to associate with, and this old person always complains about you, about the world, about the people around him, right? And then he demands some service from you. Can you maybe bring me some flowers? Why you don't bring me flowers? Nobody brings me flowers. So are you very inspired to go there? Not really, right? But because maybe you in some kind of relationship, and this relationship was maybe established by somebody who had a relationship. Let's say it's your grandparents or your granddad, and your mother tells you, please visit granddad once a week. And she established a relationship, and you think, oh, I don't like this person. I did had much connection with that person, but my mother said, it's your granddad, go there and visit him. And don't forget flowers. Like this little girl, Rotkäppchen, or? Then she get eaten by the wolf. So, are you very inspired to go there? Are you very inspired to use your money to buy flowers for this grumpy old person? No, not really. But if you say, there's a big a light, some energy, and in this energy everything is there, and go to this energy and bring some flowers for this energy. You probably think also, why you should bring flowers to energy, right? Doesn't also make so much sense. But here, we have, of course, this energy is like this, what is the impersonal Brahman, or the Brahman effulgence, what the verse tells us here. Now this Brahman effulgence is sometimes described as the sunshine and the sun. You have the sun, and the sun is actually very potent body. In the Vedic understanding, each body has a soul inside, has a living force. And this living force is always personal. So here you have this very potent fire body. A body composed out of a very hot element. We can say fire. And for us, that's very important. Why is the sun important for us? Heat and light. What do we need heat and light for? To live. Yeah, what else? Why is it important? Prime. Yeah, it feeds the plant. It basically gives us also, both you, right? It nourishes us, it protects us, and it also nourishes our food. It gives us food, right? And so that's mainly also, what we can perceive. But what is also when what the sun also does, when we look at the aspect of light. It illuminates darkness, right? Otherwise, if this universe would not be made like somebody hanging a lamp there inside, it would be dark. We would see nothing. And there are people who like this dark, or not people. There are entities who like this darkness, like moles, right? Moles. They're living in the earth, having very big hands, and a nose that looks like a drill, And the whole day they are under the earth, digging, and as soon as they come out on the daylight, they are lost. They can't figure out where they are. They lost. They probably, most of them die then when they come by accident. They jump out of the earth, or they come out. They mostly die. No, but for us, this illumination is very, very important, because darkness is also compared to what? Ignorance, right? So, for example, I always give this example. If we don't have knowledge, and in the nighttime we hear a noise, what emotion does it create in us? Fear. Yeah, we become afraid, right? Because we don't know where this noise is coming from. But if we have knowledge, somebody maybe explained to us there is a door, it's not properly shut, and in the nighttime when there's a draft, this door is opening and closing. Sounds scary, right? But when you have knowledge and you know it's just a door, it's not properly closed, is it reasonable to be afraid of a door what's not closed? No. So therefore, wisdom or illumination sets people free, gives them an understanding, and this understanding leads to what? Knowledge leads to what? Freedom of what? You're right, but think to choose, yeah. Leads to the ability to choose. We are able to choose. We have the ability to choose. What is then the consequence of this? the ability to choose. Well, yes, but in whatever choice we did, what leads this to? Responsibility. We are responsible for our choices. Right? So now here, it's said that the impersonal manifestation of the Brahman, like the sun globe, coming back to the sun, who gives us all this very wonderful things what are necessary for us. So this Brahman, there are always two opposing elements in this Brahman. Somebody still remember what Mataji said? What is it? Or was the verse says? Yes, knowledge and ignorance. So we have a duality here. In the Brahman, there is a duality. That means we have ignorance, meaning everything is dark there. There is kind of, although there's everything, there's no consciousness of everything. And then we have the full knowledge, meaning the full consciousness, the full enlightenment in this Brahman. So everything is there. And this is God. Everything is there. The full, everything is there. Like in some cultures or some religious systems, you have this duality. But God only exists on one side. So now you choose which is the side where God exists. But we have a problem if you have somebody on the other side who think, no, God exists on that side. Simple example, today we have rain. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes even snowing. So everybody of us would think, oh, so terrible. We had just, last week was like almost summertime, right? We had wonderful spring. We were eating outside on a meadow. Today we can't. We have to use the umbrella. And we're very sad about it. But the person who makes umbrellas, who manufactures umbrellas, he thinks that's the best day of the year because I'm selling lots of umbrellas, right? In the same way, if we live in a dual system, we always tend to use one side of the system, and this we declare as good. And the word God actually comes from an old German word, what means the one who is all good. God, good, the God, right? So now it's up to us to define what is good. Of course, in the Bible then there's this 10 commands, and in the realm of this is described as good. But then everything what is outside of this is then not God. So this brings them in a situation where, so what is it? What is the opposite side of good? What we say, the bad side, the dark side, the evil. What is it? So therefore, there has to be an opposing element of God. There has to be the evil. And because it is there, somehow or other they must balance themselves. Otherwise, there is no duality. It will tend to one direction. And therefore, you have always this fight between good and evil. But now, when we understand the one who has Brahman realization, he sees both sides are in there. We have this example of yin and yang, what is like the visual expression of Brahman. You have both sides in complete balance. But in both sides you have an element of the opposite side. Right? Even if you're the best ruler in the world, he is just to everybody. But sometimes if there's a person who is unjust, he has to use injustice against this person, meaning he has to put him maybe in prison. Some people may say, oh, that's very evil. You have this nowadays, right? They say, no, this is not, you should not, this poor person has to go to the prison. But he maybe did something bad. So this person who is all good, he has to use evil to punish that other person. And same as well. Some people that say, well, Adolf Hitler, he was very evil person, right? Agree? But he, for the German nation, he made so many places for working, so many workplaces. So some will say, well, he had some good thing in him, right? So you have never the complete evil or the complete good. So now these two things, they are in balance. And if we, in the system, if we look at it and we see, okay, the complete Brahman. And some people who want to be part of this Brahman, because they think when you be in the middle of this Brahman, when you situate yourself there, then you're in balance. Then you're in balance. Nothing can happen to you. You're completely balanced, right? And this is when we enter in the Brahman effulgence. It's a realm. It's not just some philosophical construct what we have in our head. It's a realm. It's like a, you cannot really say it's a realm, but it's a place. And some people want to go there. They want to experience this bliss, what is in the middle and the complete balance of these two elements. Right? This is sometimes when we go for a walk because we want to go to Jandelsbrunn, and that we have that we can walk very good. We put on our walking shoes. Now, walking shoes, they're not light shoes. They're probably quite solid shoes, right? And we walk and walk and walk, and we have a good intention to go to Jandelsbrunn. And then we have to come back from Jandelsbrunn. It was a long walk. And our feet may be completely hurt because of the shoes, of these heavy shoes and the long walking. And we just want to get rid of that shoes. And then we come here to the temple, take out our shoes and sit down on the bench down there. Think, oh, what a relief. What a relief. It's a relief. I want to sit here forever. Forever. Takochi. And you sit there for 3 hours and enjoy that you don't have the shoes anymore. But then what happens? Huh? What? You're hungry. You sit in front of the toilet, you think, maybe I should go to the toilet, right? And then you think, you hear upstairs, you hear Bhakta Prabhu speaking to Brian, and they're laughing, and you think, what are you laughing about? I also want to laugh. And then again, you stand up, you walk up the stairs, and join the conversation of Dean and Brian. And exactly this is what happens when we face the Brahman effulgence. Because between this duality, what happens in this duality? What happens in this duality? Why happens anything anyway? If there would be only Brahman, only balance, then what? Huh? Why change? Oh, so what time? It can be eternally, it can be like that. It's a balance, it's completely, so why time? Why time? What do you need time for? Huh? From where? Why desire? There's completely peace, there's completely balance. Why? How can a desire come out of a complete balance? You're right, but think further. Why it's not our nature? But there is activity. So where does it come from? What happens that the Brahman, what is complete in balance, start to act? Why it acts in a material world? And what is it? Okay, there's a person, and the purpose, the person has a purpose. So there is purpose in the duality, there is purpose, and this is a sign there must be a consciousness, there must be a person with a purpose. And therefore this person pushes the Brahman, this balance, into one direction or the other. Therefore activity, act out of this balance, out of this Brahman. Somebody is steering this balance in this direction or that direction. And therefore, out of this Brahman, different manifestation just take place. You know, it's yin and yang. You can always have this, like warm and cold, matter and spirit, dark and light, or whatever it is. Life happens in when you start to make some purpose. And this purpose is very personal. Whatever personality comes in contact, he will change it. Okay, down you have you go in the morning, you go in the shower. For you find the perfect setting between cold and hot water, right? And you shower with it. And you just push the handle back. And the next person want to go in the shower and say, you just have to open the handle. It's the perfect temperature. But this other person may go under the shower and think, it's much too hot. Because he is a different person. He has different purpose. And then he has different things what he want to get out of this complete balance. What you thought it's a complete balance. Right? So each one of us sees the Brahman in a different way. And we are part, somehow or other, we are even part of this Brahman. And somehow or other, we all try to balance this Brahman according to our desire, our purposes, why we came here, what we want to get out of this Brahman. Right? And this is where life becomes complicated. Because we all set different, we all think, no, the water should be like that. Some people, fanatics, they want to have cold shower in the morning. Somebody or a little bit, whatever, they need a little bit more warm shower. Some even need a hot shower. I need a hot shower in the morning to wake up. Some people like that. Right? But we all claim then, no, this is how it should be. Everybody should have a hot shower in the morning. No, everybody should have a cold shower in the morning. And there we have war. In the early morning, in the bathroom. Of course, that's now, but this is how it functions, because we're looking with our vision on this Brahman. Not understanding that the Brahman himself, because it has everything, it should also have what? Huh? A source, but where does the source come from? Where does the source come from? Has a personality. There must be personality inside of the Brahman, because we experience personality, so this personality must be inside the Brahman. And this personality inside of the Brahman is actually the source of the Brahman, because it gives purpose to that Brahman. And this is what we experience or describe as God. But we have to understand the original in this God, everything is containing in that personality. Like we are not all good, or somebody of you is all good. We have some dark sides. No? No? Some look a little sad, oh my goodness, what he wants. Oh, we have, sometimes we have, we not, who likes to eat only, let's make it more simple and digestible, who likes to eat sweets? Yes. Who likes to eat only sweets? We need also some salty stuff, right? But if we put a judge on it, we will say, no, all salty stuff is bad because it's salty. No, all sweet stuff are bad because it's not good for my stomach or whatever. So out of our experiences and our conception, we define things as good or bad. But in the ultimate sense, it's not good and bad because we don't know. Is it good that it rains today? No. But the gardener says it's very good, we need the water. So, it's we giving these things purpose or understanding. And the person behind this Brahman, the ultimate person, is this what we describe as Krishna, the original personality. So, and this understanding is this what makes the devotee so special, that he carries this understanding and then he can understand this understanding. Of course, it's difficult when we come back on our dual understanding, because then we do make judges, and sometimes we have to make judges. It's our duty, because we're working in matter, so we have to make discriminations. We cannot say, oh, it's all good, it's all fine, right? We have to make discriminations. We have to, a ruler has to protect. And sometimes he has to use violence for protection. Now nowadays, many people say, no, violence is bad and this is bad, but that example is always, you have a wife, and some other man comes and want to rape her. So what's your duty as a man? Say, oh no, I can't do any. No, you have to be, of course, forceful, and you have to protect her, right? And this, of course, entangles us in this Brahman, in this whole system, because we have the ability to make choices. We have the responsibility for our choices, and this is called what? Karma. Yeah. So we are suffering our karma, means we get a paycheck for our activities. And this paycheck has two sides, a plus side and a minus side. And we cannot just balance it out, that we say, oh, we trade the one for another. No. We get the plus side, we have to experience the plus side, and we have to experience the minus side. Because this keeps us learning. This keeps us asking. This keeps us questioning. Where do I find some instructions how to act? How to act and how to avoid this karma. And therefore, we have literature what is described as transcendental literature, because they don't tell you, if you do this, you get this. If you do that, you get that. They say, get rid of both of it. And here's the method how you can do it. And therefore you have Bhagavad Gita, as it is. You have the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, because they're teaching you how you can get out using the system and get in the same way out of the system. So this was a little bit, maybe a little bit philosophic or a little bit abstract maybe for some of you who think it was too abstract or who didn't get anything out of it at all for what this guy was speaking about. Who learned something new or some thought where he never, in which direction he didn't think directly before. Oh, you're very good. Dean.
Yeah, nice analogies to give me a better understanding. Realizing very nice.
Dean is a good boy. Now, I mean, I'm not fishing for compliments here. I just wanted sometimes to see, where we are. I just want to round up the whole thing by, when we know all of this, it's quite abstract. But how it applies in our daily life, what you would think? How does it apply in your daily life? Don't be too abstract now. Okay, I would say we have to realize that we are persons, that we are personalities with the right, the ability, and the duty to make decisions. We have the duty, the right, and the ability to make decisions. And this is very, very important if we claim to live an active life. Otherwise, we will just entering this machine. And this machine will balance us by pushing us sometimes in this direction, pushing us sometimes in that direction. Society will just use us. We are just become like numb kind of elements who don't have any right to choose, make choices. But one of the main characteristics in the universe, the Supreme Person gave all other persons what we are, is the ability to love, and with that love comes freedom. Because there is never a sense of love if there is no freedom. So we have the freedom to choose where we love. And love, I mean not just romantic, where we put our attention. When you put somewhere attention, there must be some love, there must be something. If I want to go to the garden, I must love to do gardening somehow. Right? Otherwise, it wouldn't make gardening wouldn't make no sense for me, right? So we have to make choices, and that's very important. Otherwise, we're not gonna live. We're just some kind of impersonal matter what wobbles around, and many people are like that. In fact, modern society trains us to be more and more impersonal. You get an account, you get a number, you get to shut up. You get to consume. You get a Amazon account, and that's all what they're doing. And society sustains themselves by just you buying stuff from people who producing the stuff. And it's by your karma, by the balance of the system, that you, in this lifetime, you're on the side of the buyers. Next lifetime, maybe on the side of the producers in Africa or somewhere. This is now how this society balances it himself. So if you want to claim to be alive, you have to get alive. Meaning you have to make decisions. And these decisions has to be on some sort of reason. And if you put your reason on your mind, then you reason just with your mind. But if you want to use your intelligence, what is advisable, with what you feed your intelligence? That's the question. So we as devotees, we feed our intelligence with what? Yeah, with spiritual knowledge. And according to the spiritual knowledge, we make our choices. And that's very important, that we consciously make our choices. We consciously be enthusiastic. Sometimes we have to be consciously enthusiastic, meaning I have to go somewhere, consciously I have to go there where enthusiasm is spread. And this, for example, yesterday we had a festival. Everybody who participated in the festival could not resist to be ecstatic, enthusiastic, right? I mean, we had an abhishek, okay. Then we had a lecture, and I must say, this lecture of Ananda Krishna Prabhu was quite very good, was relevant, at least for me, was quite inspirational, right? There was many good points. And then we had Arti and Kirtan. And everybody who was in the Kirtan, to some extent, became quite happy and blissful. We didn't roll on the ground, but everybody was dancing, right? Mataji, you were there? You were dancing? Yeah. So we have to make our choices where I want to put my personality, in which direction I want to go. And with that, I make not only choices for myself, I make choices for others. Because when I become part of the sabji, if I become a vegetable in the sabji, I give taste to the sabji. So meaning, if I put myself in association, I get taste to this association. So if I'm consciously, if I decide, no, I want to be inspired associate, I give inspiration to the association. If I decide, no, I consciously decide, no, I'm not, I want to be a bitter vegetable or a sour vegetable. I will give a sour taste to the sabji. Right? So it's our responsibility to make choices for us and for others. It's our duty. I never ever can say, it's ISKCON. No, it's me. It's never the others, it's me. It starts with me. If I want to see a change in the world, I have to be the change. If I want to see a change in the Brahman, in the system, I have to be the change. And this I can only be inspired if I'm connect with the supreme inspiration or with people who carry this inspiration. Therefore, Sangha is so important. But we choose our Sangha. You choose your Sangha and you are the Sangha. Keep that in mind and give Sangha. Hare Krishna. Saying this, I'm asking you for your blessings that I can be a good Sangha for myself and for all of you. Because without your well-wishing, without you accepting me in your Sangha, there's no need for me. If I go in my inspired Hare Krishna, I go to the church in Jandelsbrunn, they probably will be not so much inspired by me. They probably will kick me out. What this crazy guy is doing here? So I'm depending on your association, and I'm asking you, therefore, please keep me in a Sangha. Don't send me to the Jandelsbrunn church. They will be lost there. Like Dance of the Vampires, you know this? This movie from Roman Polanski? No? Nobody saw Dance? Okay, don't look at it. Okay, so thank you for your blessings. Hare Krishna. We're running out of time. We're running in breakfast time. Whatever questions you ask now will keep you from eating wonderful hot khichdi. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.